There is a growing concern tonight over the supply of meat in the U.S. It comes after the Tyson Foods chairman warned the food supply chain is breaking. Tyson just recently closed pork plants in Iowa and Indiana. And new tonight, Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson weighed in during an interview on CNN.
They're taking the necessary steps, but it illustrates that we have to be prepared in the event there's a positive case, that we sanitize, we clean, and we get back to processing, because our country cannot do without this supply of food. And it starts poultry, beef, pork, all of that is critical to the supply chain.
The Tyson chairman published an open letter saying in part, quote, "In small communities around the country where we employ over 100,000 hardworking men and women, we're being forced to shutter our doors. This means one thing. The food supply chain is vulnerable. As pork, beef, and chicken plants are being forced to close, even for short periods of time, millions of pounds of meat will disappear from the supply chain." Tyson Foods is not only the only meat processing plant to close during the pandemic. 5 News reporter Juliana Clipson spoke with a small business owner on how such a shortage could impact stores in our area. Juliana?
Erica, experts say this is just the next industry to feel the aftershock of the worldwide pandemic. When factory workers are sent home, production slows down, which eventually means less food on the shelves. In recent days, Tyson closed its Iowa pork processing plant after rising COVID-19 concerns at the facility. Thousands of workers sent home, nearly 20,000 less hogs processed a day. Paul Gatling at the NWA Business Journal says John Tyson's warning to the nation is valid.
Like everybody else, they're balancing the need to provide for their workers and give their workers safe and healthy conditions to work in, but also they have to feed the country.
As plants shut down, the impact is felt down the supply chain.
There's not a shortage of beef, pork, and chicken. There's a shortage of how to get it processed.
Richard McGinnis owns Richard's Meat Market in Fayetteville. He says so far he's been able to stock his shelves, but he's had to find more sources for pork.
Pork is a little bit harder to get. Pork is where everybody's scrambling to fill orders. Makes it a little bit more difficult on me.
With fewer supply and demand steady, the impact will be seen on the price tag.
If there's going to be a meat shortage, we're probably going to see some increased prices.
Richard says that's already happening. Pork prices are up. While Gatling says no one should panic and overstock their fridges with meat, aftermath from the shutdowns will soon be seen in local stores across the country.
What is a beef shortage? What is a meat shortage going to look like? How deep will that be, and when is that going to manifest?
In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Juliana Clipson, 5 News.